Hey everybody, how is everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great day. It's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to do a little bit of Amberlynn coverage today because Foodie Beauty, I don't know what she's doing. She hasn't really put out any type of content, well, pre-recorded content, that is. She's just been going live for hours and hours and hours today. I don't know what she was doing today. I think she was like live for like 6 hours, something like that. And, you know what, just as I start to do this video, I don't know what it is. It's like the universe knows when I'm about to start a video. The Coast Guard helicopter, I don't know if you guys could pick that up, is flying over. Maybe you can hear it. Typically what that means is either somebody on Catalina needs to be rescued, typically a diver got the bends, or somebody fell off the cliff over here. So hopefully not, but that's typically what it is. But back to you. Yeah, Foodie Beauty, just live streaming for hours. Today she was driving in the streets, then came back home, then was driving in the streets again, and then I think she went back home or went to the beach. And then she was eating cheese. I don't know. It was a whole mess over there. So I thought I'd dip into some Amberlynn coverage. It's her question and answer day. So that kind of seems exciting. I mean, at least the one thing that Amberlynn does actually is she uploads content, where she takes the time to actually do it, that is. So let's get into it.
Hello. Welcome to another Let's Talk video, which I absolutely love these. I think out of my new schedule.
By the way, it's sped up 1.5, so that's why she seems kind of peppy.
Let's Talk is my most favorite that I do, and then Weekly Vlog is my second favorite. Not me playing choosy right now. But anyways, let's literally get right into it. First things first is sweet and sour. So that means I'm using a random comment generator for last week's episode, and I'm just going to choose some random comments. Let's get into it. Cat Scratch said, who the F is responsible for teaching Pookie the word ad nauseum? I just want to talk. I've known that word for literally ever. I just get in habits of saying the same words over and over. It's like an earworm. I don't know. It's really...
You get in habits of hearing other people say words, and then you start to use them, like nuance. That's another favorite word of yours.
I get it. It even annoys me. Amber Marie 8169 said, that shirt is repulsive on you, by the way. Dress your size and age, dude. First of all, I think I looked super cute. I love the outfit, love the shirt. I love the way it looks on me, and that is literally all that matters. Even Twinkie agrees. Liliana 7797 said, that second voice message sounds suspiciously like Alexis, LMAO.
It
no,
did.
Wasn't Alexis.
Like, it did, actually, because I thought the same thing.
And I've also heard around the grapevine that I'm using AI for the voice messages. Literally, no. I have received hundreds of voice messages on Instagram. I don't need AI, honey. And I also don't need Alexis.
Ooh.
Super Musical Passion 1 said, the thing about hobbies is that most people who have a ton of them have phases where they aren't interested in any of them. Literally me. That is exactly how I am. Like,
I don't like the way she says literally. I don't know why she's literally. I don't know what that is. I don't know who she picked that up from. Maybe the new chick. I don't know. But it's really annoying. Please stop doing that.
Obsessed with a hobby, spend so much money on it, fixated on it. That's all I want to do. It's all I think about. And then one day I wake up and I don't touch it again for like a year. Juju Jupiter said,
that's a sign of ADHD. I know this because I have ADHD. I go through cycles of doing different types of hobbies. So common trait with people that have that.
Your sentence is poorly constructed. You don't have to tell me twice. I write better than I speak out loud, and I think it's because of nervousness. Addie QK7114 said, K-Lady's son is taking me out. It's Kayla Dyson. Genuinely, when I was filming the video, I didn't pick up on it. When I went back and edited, I was like, girl, that says Kayla Dyson. Like, what are you doing? But I just kept it in because it was kind of...
Probably drunk.
Funny. But yeah, anyways, now let's move
White
on to
Claw
Sip
Lynn.
Community. So I post a community tab every single Monday for you guys to leave questions, concerns, whatever it may be, and I'm gonna go there and answer those. Erica is not your ex. Her wife has every reason to be upset with you.
Yeah.
Pull your head out of your shelf. First of all, no. Erica.
Not the shelf. Damn, they mentioned the shelf ass. I don't know if she picked up on that, but that was kind of funny, whoever said that. Yeah, I think the wife has every reason to be upset.
is my ex. We
She's
spoke for
not your
almost a
ex.
year, and I was under the impression that every single thing that she told me was the truth. What she told me is that she was in a marriage that was only for financial reasons and that they were technically single. And that lie is just in the middle of a spider web
Please,
of lies.
I don't believe you. Nobody believes you. You knew they were married. You knew what you were getting into. You're a homewrecker. Just, accept that crown and wear it proudly. Homewrecker.
That Erica told me. I was under the impression that I was in a long distance relationship with someone who was actually loyal and faithful to me. But
Please.
it turns out that not only were they
How
lying
are
to
they
me,
going to be loyal and faithful to you if you know that they're already in a marriage? Make that make sense.
but Erica and her wife originally messaged me to be trolls. It was in a deceiving way. When Erica's wife finally said,
Please.
I don't want you talking to her anymore, Erica still kept
So
talking.
then, excuse me, then how is that a relationship if you knew that they were trolling you at the beginning and you didn't know they were married? Okay, make that make sense. It doesn't, because you're lying. You're trying. What are you doing? You're making yourself look worse, if that's even possible.
Me. Not only did she keep talking to me, but she fell in love with me. She created a future with
Okay.
me, and we became partners. It was a relationship based off of mental intimacy and
Please.
sexual intimacy that we shared in a long distance way. So I'm saying text messages, videos, photos, phone calls, video calls. So since I have filmed this video,
I think you got played. I think that's what happened. That's all. That's okay. It's okay to admit you were played.
I have seen that a video that I sent Erica, a sexual and explicit video that only she has ever seen, is now being floated around the internet.
I doubt that.
That is revenge porn. And
It's not revenge corn, because knowing you probably sent it to Alexis as well. So if you're sending it to multiple people, that wouldn't be considered revenge corn.
makes me realize that the crumble cookie situation was also them. They are the ones who leaked it, and they gaslit me into believing it wasn't true. So yeah, this current revenge corn happened because I called Brittany out because she always posts me on her Instagram, and I do not understand why. I get it, you're hurt.
Because you're a homewrecker and you keep talking about it, that's why. So she has every reason to come for you and drag you.
Move on from me, stop watching my content, and stop
Please.
watching content
No.
about me
She
because it's
doesn't
giving
have to.
obsessed. But honestly, I want anyone listening to this.
I think you're giving obsessed because you still keep talking about it. And in the imaginary relationship you had with a married individual that you knew that was married. So, okay. They're obsessed. Okay.
Do not break the law just to get back at someone,
Break
because I'm
the
telling you,
law?
karma will find you.
Oh, no,
And the law
not
will find
karma.
you as well. Because, doing it the first time with Cookie Crumble, I was like, you know what, fuck it. But doing it again, you are now inciting fear, inciting harassment, and you are doing this out of malice. Be careful. I feel
Ooh, that's threatening. Be careful. Out of malice. You don't know the reasons she's doing it. I don't know. I think those are empty threats, though, because I think she sent it to multiple people. That's why she hasn't done anything.
used. I feel lied to. I feel deceived. I feel betrayed. Erica's wife has every reason to be upset with Erica for what Erica did after the trolling stopped, which was falling in love with Amberlynn Reed and creating a relationship with her.
Falling in love. I like how she's saying that. She's doing that on purpose as a knife to the wife. Do you see what she's doing? Typical narcissistic behavior.
also have every reason to be pissed off that someone who was my long distance girlfriend lied to me, cheated on me, betrayed me, gave me false hope.
You have the right to have all of these feelings, but not the wife, right? Okay.
A whole false narrative for almost a year. Why are you calling Erica your ex when y'all never even met in person?
Exactly.
And she and her wife admitted that the whole reason Erica talked to you was to troll you. So first of all, the reason why I call Erica my ex-girlfriend, because we were in a relationship. Long distance or not, they both count. It's 2025. A lot of people have long distance relationships. And yes, Erica and her wife admitted that they originally messaged me as a troll. It was 1 full month of Erica trolling me. Brittany finally said, stop talking to her. Erica kept talking to me for another 10 months. Without her wife's knowledge. I had no idea of any of this. Imagine being in a long distance.
You're a liar. It doesn't matter. Do you think that makes the situation better? The fact that this person is married and you knew they were married, it doesn't matter if, the wife didn't know about it. Come on, you knew about it. So that makes you a piece of crap.
Relationship, and later finding out that everything was not only started on a foundation of a lie, but then it continued to be a lie,
foundation
not
of
only
a
to
lie.
me, but to Erica's wife. Why did Beck clean the cloths and not you? Beck didn't clean any cloths, I can tell you that. Why is there a toilet brush in your shower? There isn't. Can you
Is there a toilet brush? Is it on a rag on a stick? Oh, I hope somebody produces that photo.
talk about the recent pic circulating of you sitting on 2 chairs at bingo. That's obviously not real because that's not true. I use 1 chair and 1 chair only. Could you please clarify your relationship with Yo Mama? I have received confirmation that his wife discovered inappropriate conversations between the 2 of you and asked him to stop talking to you.
Oh,
A lot of
wow.
people thumbs this up and it makes me very uncomfortable. Me and Yo Mama.
You know what? I kind of believe that because of her past behavior and then even this fake relationship she had with a married person or a relationship in her head. That type of behavior kind of makes me believe that she would have inappropriate conversations with Yo Mama. Yeah, 100%.
I've never spoken privately, not ever.
I don't believe
the only
that.
communications that have ever happened has been him speaking to me publicly, like through a live stream, or me mentioning him like in a YouTube video. And I'm a lesbian.
That doesn't mean anything. You're a lesbian. Anyways, I honestly believe my spider sense is kind of telling me that they probably did communicate off of the internet or publicly, because in Foodie Beauty's chat as well, it almost seemed like he was trying to be her manager in a way, trying to pull both of these ones in to kind of make some money. So I would not be surprised if she spoke to him off of YouTube, 100%. And being a lesbian, as you like to proclaim, I honestly, my opinion, I don't even think you are a full-blown lesbian. Your track record seems like you were homeless for a while and you were basically using young girls for places to sleep, and you would like crash at their house for a while, crash at their house for a while, at their house for a while, until you started making, actual money you could live off of on YouTube. So are you a real lesbian? I don't know. I think you're kind of bi maybe, but not full-blown lesbian. That's just my honest opinion. Because somebody that does a double hand job in a movie theater and then brags about it, multiple times, years and years later. Yeah. I think you like the D.
He's a man. So think about that for a minute. Is it difficult logging into 100 different accounts to give yourself all the positive comments? That is so embarrassing. Like, it's genuinely embarrassing that people actually think that just because I get a positive comment that it's from me. I have a lot of supporters out there. They're just very, very scared of publicly supporting me, because when they do, they either get bashed or they get called, "Hi Amber, I know it's you." Like, I have never left myself a positive comment.
How do you know that? Unless it wasn't you. LOL, it's you. Come on. And then you delete the bad comments. We see it. Come on.
Did you know that lying for other people is still considered lying? Yes, and you would do it too if you were protecting the person that you love.
No, I wouldn't.
Why don't you show us randomly picking so we know you're not completely lying and cherry picking nice voice notes? Any voice memo that I have done and that I have heard have been nice, and it's actually genuinely surprised me, probably as much as it has surprised you guys. I don't get much hate in my DMs, but sometimes I do. So I was expecting to get a lot of like hateful voice memos, because I'm giving you guys the chance to just like tell me whatever, tell me any concerns.
So
ask me
see,
questions,
she likes that. She's giving everybody the chance, and she's inviting all the LOL haters to come in there and say mean things to her, because just like Foodie Beauty, they get off on the negativity, because then she's going to come on screen and boo-hoo, she's the victim of all the haters. They live for this shit.
All been genuinely really nice. But it makes me realize, like, I do have a lot of supporters, and the people who leave these comments, they're just trying to get, the trendy comment, like, who can get the most likes, who can say the most meanest shit. Like,
really?
I see through it all, really. How are you not more embarrassed about destroying a marriage?
Exactly.
I feel bad about the situation, because when I found out that
No, you
Erica
don't.
was married, which was like, I want to say 8 months into us speaking, I should have just...
That's a lie. She just literally lied in the video. She said she knew about them a month in and that they were trolling, and now all of a sudden she didn't know she was married until 8 months later. Wow. What a liar face you are. Homewrecker.
quits. I regret that
Please.
wholeheartedly. I regret the whole relationship, period.
You're
but I'm not the
trash.
one that broke up their marriage. It was Erica. How can you say your meal with 9 or 10 potatoes?
You are the one that broke up their marriage. You are the catalyst for that. You are at fault. 100%. I'm not saying that Erica wasn't at fault. Yeah, they were. But you, 100%. Because you knew they were married and you didn't give a shit.
This was only 450 calories. Just the potatoes alone were 1,000 or more. So the potatoes that I use actually come in like this pre-packaged thing where on the back of it is a label of how much is a serving. And since they're small potatoes, you get a lot of small potatoes for a serving. Potatoes are very low in calories. They're high in carbs, but they're very low in calories. So I look at the serving, I measure it out. If I want 1 serving, 1.5 servings, 2 servings, it's all pretty standard.
But it all turns into calories in the end, because the carbs turn into sugar, which turn into calories. But okay.
Like, all I have to do is measure it out and bam, that's the calories. All right, you guys, now we're on to the interview. This is where on Instagram you guys send me voice memos, and I'm so excited. This part is so fun for me because you guys get to interview me. So if you want to do that, you can send me a voice memo on Instagram. But if you don't have that option, all you have to do is send me a microphone emoji so I can accept your message request. And I'm gonna send you a little smiley face emoji back, and that means you can then send me a voice memo. Do keep in mind that no matter when you send the voice memo, you still have a chance to be chosen because I choose old ones, I choose new ones.
This is the lottery?
Doesn't even matter. You always have a chance. Let's get into it.
Out of like all the hectic moments and situation type deals that you've been through, which situation or issue do you wish you would like handled better? Because a lot of the times I notice that you tend to address situations really quickly, and so your emotions could be heightened.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if there's like any situation that you wish you addressed differently and giving yourself more time to really consider what you're going to say and think through.
I'm gonna say every situation I've ever been here on YouTube because you're right, my emotions get super heightened and I react in a way that I normally wouldn't. I feel like even in this video, it has happened.
Hi Amber, here's one that isn't serious, but I just want to know.
She's mental. She's truly a mental individual. What the heck?
What ASMR do you watch? Like, do you have any favorite channels or like types of videos that
Not
you like?
the
Thank you.
ASMR.
I do. And since we're here on my YouTube, I am going to find it for you. I'm gonna go to my liked videos here. So it's Real Person ASMR by August. I love her perfectionist, like finishing touches of like hair. So good. Like especially some of her newer ones with the girl with the red hair. You guys need to watch that. Like it calms me. I watch it before I go to sleep. Chef's kiss.
Hi Amber, we love you so much. We've been watching your videos for so many years, and we want to know that body image can be such a sensitive topic for like lots of people. So how do you navigate maintaining a healthy and emotional approach while sharing your story online? Thank you so much for answering our question. Bye.
Aw, I love your guys' accents. I
I
genuinely
know.
don't know how I do it. And I know that's such an annoying answer, but like so many people ask like, how do you do this? How do you have the confidence? Like how do you handle the hate? Like I
Oh
don't
my
know.
goodness,
I
get outta here.
genuinely do not know. And I hate that that's my answer because I want to give something more in depth. A part of me blames it on my childhood. Like 'cause I
Get
went
out.
through so much.
Get out of here right now. Stop it. With the childhood shit again. I mean, come on. I can't. What?
So I had to be strong at such an early age. Because it's like if I didn't go
Man.
through all that crap that made me have strength, I don't know if I'd be able to handle all this other stuff.
What's something that you're working on internally that your audience might not know?
Oh, something I'm working on internally that my audience doesn't know. There's a lot, but like, which one am I willing to share is the question. So I'm not gonna say what
What
kind
is she working on internally? The 20-piece McNuggets that she just ate. I
of
don't know.
relationship it is, but there is a relationship in my life that I'm currently going through where I feel like there's a lot of resentment because like I've known them for years and years and years and years and years, and I'm trying to like navigate that.
Hi, Amber.
I wonder if that's her mother because of the tea about the fiance, husband, boyfriend, whatever the mother has, apparently sexually harassing Amberlynn by touching her inappropriately and looking down her shirt. I wonder if it's that.
Mike from Washington, D.C. here. I've been a long-time viewer, going back many years, even since the Crystal era. I just have one question. If someone were to watch your entire YouTube history in the form of a documentary, all your ups and downs and successes and failures, how do you think they'd walk away
Is it just me or does that dude sound like he's from CNN or some shit like that? Oh my goodness.
feeling about you? And do you agree with that version of yourself?
Wow. That question like gave me the goosebumps. That's a good question. I think that they would feel frustrated with me because if I'm gonna act like I'm not myself, if I look from an outsider perspective, I would be like, girl, just get it together. Like you have the tools, you are capable, you can do this. Why aren't you doing this? Like, let me take your shoulders and shake you. I'm so
I don't
frustrated.
think you have the
I
tools.
genuinely feel like they'll leave.
You don't have the tools. You don't. That's why you keep going in the circle. It's like the hamster wheel. You keep going and going and going. Repeat the cycle all the time. You don't have the tools. If you had the tools, you would be able to get out of the hamster wheel. But you're not going to do that. Keep
Really frustrated.
continuing.
And do I agree with that? Absolutely. 100%.
But to get another dog if Twinkie dies?
Oh my god, that's so sad. The answer is no. Twinkie is my heart and my soul. Without her, like I don't even want to think about it. Like I'm gonna be devastated, and I don't want another dog.
You know, that question, my kids have asked me that question about old man Tucker because he's 13. You know, are you going to get another dog if something happens to him? And I say no. But I had another dog prior to this. His name was Papio. Really good Chihuahua. Looked like a meatloaf with, chopsticks for legs. He was a rescue from the pound. And, it's true what they say about dogs that you rescue from the pound is that they know that they were rescued and they love you. And that's how our relationship was that I had with this dog. And when he died, and then my husband brought home Bambi, and then my daughter brought home Tucker, and then Bambi went with my daughter, and then Tucker was with me. So I don't know. I don't know if I'd get another dog. Somebody's probably going to end up bringing me a dog, though, because my family knows I love dogs. But maybe that will happen for Amberlynn. Maybe her mom will get her a dog. Who knows?
take her spot. That's never gonna happen.
Hey girl, I just know that some of your viewers are going to be so upset at me because this is what is considered to be a boring question. And I've been so curious about it and I've tried asking a few times. Why have you not considered reading the Harry Potter books? I know that you were late to the party and you watch the movies and you love them.
Yeah.
But as somebody who loves to read and as somebody myself.
Well, I believe the only reason why she was ever into Harry Potter was it because Beck was into it, and that's why she pretended to be into it, because Amberlynn almost strikes me as somebody that has histrionic personality disorder, where they kind of they're like a chameleon to whoever they're in a relationship with, and they kind of take on their persona. So that was the case with the Harry Potter.
Having read the books when I was in primary school and all the way through high school and the young adulthood, the writing of the Harry Potter books are so magical. You don't have to support the author by any means. You can buy them secondhand or whatever. But I really, really think you would love them. And I don't know if you're reading right now, but please consider them to get you out of a reading slump or just to read something really, really awesome that you'd love. Please, please, please. Thank you.
So I have a few things I want to say. Don't ever think you have a boring question. Nothing is boring to me, okay? Secondly, your voice is perfect for ASMR. I'm not gonna lie, I have been feeling a little anxious this video. I did start it feeling uplifted and excited for it, but the topic of Erica makes me want to just
Get out of here.
ignore the world and have
Leave
a really
them
big
alone.
anxiety panic attack, because genuinely I regret that relationship so bad. So I have been feeling super anxious ever since that came up, but your voice immediately calmed me. You have the voice for ASMR, just saying. But to answer your question, yes, I love the Harry Potter movies, but I don't know, something about like reading that type of book just doesn't feel entertaining to me, but who knows?
Why? Because there's too many pages in it? I think so. That's why. Those are large books. Amberlynn shops in the teenage book section at Target.
Maybe I'll give it a try for you.
Hi Amber. Oh my gosh, we are so excited to send you a voice memo. My mom and I watch all of your videos.
Aw.
And our question is, how do you measure success beyond the scale? Okay, love you. Bye.
Love that. Oh my God. Hello to you and your mother. So I measure success beyond the scale in so many different ways. Like, are we talking mentally, emotionally, physically? I don't even know. So we're just going to go with physically. For me, it's easy. It's the way that I walk, the speed that I walk, and the stamina and the breathing that I'm experiencing. Like, I was just talking to my mom about it when we went to the casino last. I'm like walking through this casino, like nothing's wrong. Like, I was walking quicker than usual. I was waddling less.
This is one of the most narcissistic responses I've ever heard in my life. I'm not surprised that her answer is this.
Because even though I had only been down like 6 pounds, it's 6 pounds of heavy water weight that I was experiencing. And when
Not
that comes
the water
off of, like,
weight.
my legs, especially because I have lymphedema and lipedema, like I feel so completely different. And I know like you can't understand that unless you experience it and have my type of body. But I'm telling you, if someone took away the scale and I strictly had to just go based on the way my body feels, 1,000%, it's the way that my stamina is and the way that I walk and the way that my legs feel. I hope that's what you were asking. I don't know.
Hey, Amber.
I don't know.
Sounds a bit weird. I'm currently sick. I hope that baby's here in case you have to tricky for me. My question is, what do you think is like the biggest trigger for you to binge eat or go off track? Yeah, have a good day. Bye.
Oh, thank you. And I hope you feel better soon. And Twinkie, she said hello. Yeah, she did. So my biggest trigger for me to fall off track is 2 things. Either one, when I get in the headspace of like, I literally just don't care. That's a danger zone for real. The second thing is like emotional eating. If I'm feeling extremely depressed or lonely,
Is anybody shocked by that? I'm not.
or if I have a lot of anxiety that day, like that genuinely sends me down like a spiral of like, I need to like do something that makes me feel good.
Self-medicating with food. Same thing Foodie Beauty does. They don't know how to control their emotions or regulate them or how to work through them. So for them, eating food and lots of junk food that's not good for you gives them that calm down feeling, or the
And
endorphins.
eating does that for me. Eating does that
The
for a lot
happy
of
place.
people.
Hey Amberlynn, I hope you excuse my German accent, but I
I
want
love
to
it.
ask you.
Oh, das
if you
Vidania.
ever get jealous, if you see, for example, girls that are skinny, do you like feel that you get jealous of them, or do you like envy them for like, let's say, fitting in the beauty standards when, like in the typical beauty standards when you yourself you don't? I would really appreciate for you to answer honestly. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. So it's kind of crazy. The only time I experience like true jealousy is in a relationship. I know that sounds crazy, but no, I don't get jealous of skinny people or girls that fit in the beauty standard, like you said. Like, I don't get jealous of that. I'm more so like,
I don't believe that, because there's a video of her I don't know whose channel this was on. Maybe it's on its water weight channel, where there was another girl in the restaurant that was, I don't remember if the girl was bigger than her or the same size as her, and she was like comparing herself to that girl and feeling like she was thinner than that girl. So I think she does get jealous of other girls when she sees them, 100%.
frustrated with the fact that like why can't we all be beautiful regardless of the number on the scale.
Hi, Amberlynn. My name's Chris, and I'm a huge fan of yours. I really admire how you consistently stay so positive in the face of so much negativity. And truth be told, you're really cute. My question is, how do you think your life might have been different if you'd been put up for adoption as a young child instead of going into foster care and having your parents coming in and out of your life? I know you have a great relationship with your mother now, but do you think having had a family who loved you throughout all those difficult years would have given you a better life today? I'm an adoptee myself, and I'm forever grateful to my birth mother, whom I recently connected with, made the decision to put me up for adoption when she could not properly care for a baby. Is this something you ever think about? Thanks.
Thank you for the question, and I am so emotional. You have to give me a second. So thank you for sharing your story. This does make me emotional because I have two brothers that were put up for adoption when they were babies. One of them did find us a few years ago, and he's been in my life ever since. And the other one I think about literally daily, and I miss him so much. I wonder how he's doing, where he's at, but it was closed adoption, so I don't even know if he knows that I exist. But what you asked me is something that, especially when I was younger, like I asked myself a lot. I asked myself, why were my brothers adopted? Why wasn't I? I would ask myself, not only wasn't I adopted, but my own parents don't want to get better for me. Like, it was a lot of me feeling like I wasn't worthy of love. Parents, without a doubt, my life would be different right now if I would have been adopted. But as much as I had those, like, questions of, like, why am I not good enough? I am just a kid. Like, why am I not loved? Why am I not taken care of correctly, et cetera, et cetera? Like,
You know, that's actually sad. This is probably, like, the truest I've seen her. I don't think she's lying in this moment. She probably did have those feelings of, you know, all those questions and things that a child goes through. The only reason why I'm saying this is because although I was not put in foster care as a child, I was raised by drug addicts around me as well. So I kind of know that type of life and the kind of questions that you ask yourself, you know, when you're a kid. And as far as like her not knowing the brother, I never knew my father. I don't know any side of that family whatsoever. And a lot of times, you know, I question, should I go and find them? Should I seek them out? I'm kind of scared to do that because I don't know, you know, what that would be for me. I don't know. It's kind of a weird area, but I mean, I can kind of relate to her on that aspect of it.
That I wasn't adopted because it's like I don't know what my life would have looked like if I was, and I feel like everything happens for a reason. I don't fully know the reason, but I want to say that I am where I am because I'm supposed to be. Holy,
That's true.
Yeah, this is heavy. This is a lot. Okay.
Hi, Amber. I've been watching you for years now, and I just wanted to say I really admire how unapologetically yourself you've been since day one. Despite all the negativity you get on a daily basis, it's clear you haven't let it change who you are at all, which is honestly kind of iconic, I guess you could say.
Thank you.
I don't think I've ever come across another YouTuber who's so relentlessly consistent in what they put out there. What advice would you give to someone who wants to stay that true to themselves, even when people keep trying to tear them down?
She's
Again,
not
this is
true to
another example
herself.
of like I literally don't know how.
I don't think she's true to herself. I think she comes on here and it's a persona. It's like a character she's playing. This isn't the real her. That's why sometimes I think you might see... I mean, the one thing that Amberlynn does is she takes a leave of absence. So I think when she gets tired of playing the YouTube role or the YouTube character that she plays, she takes some time off and get away. With Foodie Beauty, when she gets tired of playing the character and, you know, the lies that she does and all of that, you see the rage and all of that, and then she attacks everybody else. So it's kind of weird. It's like one coin and the two faces of one coin, because they're both kind of like the same person, but they have two different faces.
Do it genuinely, because the truth is, like, I don't know what I would tell someone else, because if someone else was getting like the type of hate that I was getting, I wouldn't want them to like have to endure that, to have to experience that. But if it was just like the normal amount of hate, because yes, this is the internet and there is like a normal amount of hate, I would tell them just like, know your worth, know that you are worth whatever passions you have for YouTube. Like, if you enjoy it, like, you are worth it. Like, you deserve to be able to be on this platform, and just know, like,
there's no hate on here on YouTube. If anything, if you read the comments, I see people like cracking jokes and being funny. Sometimes I don't know if anybody else does this, like on videos. It doesn't even have to be like Amberlynn or anything like that. Sometimes I directly go to the comments because I know the comments are going to be funnier than the video, because there are some hilarious people out here in the world making comments. A lot of those comments that she is portraying as, hate and all this kind of stuff like that, it's not. It's just people cracking jokes. Now, if she's going onto Kiwi Farms or something like that, then, that type of audience leans more towards being a little bit more hateful over there, but not here on YouTube. I haven't seen anything like that.
Yourself, regardless of anything else, because you will find people who love you. You will find supporters. Just trust in the process and it will happen. I know it's easier said than done. For real, for real. Sometimes just like putting a wall up between you and like the negativity and like purposely finding like an outlet to the positivity, it can really make you just focus in on that. And that's kind of what I do. I do not read the comments under my YouTube videos. I can't do it. Sometimes I will read the ones from my members, and I have.
But then that's why you are living in this bubble that you've created yourself, and you believe, a lot of the people basically brown nosing you, because that's what they're doing, and telling you what you want to hear. And all the comments that you call negative are actually people, some of them are like joking and cracking jokes or whatever, but a lot of them are people trying to lead you down the right path, trying to help you and things like that. You call those hate comments. So you block yourself from all the people trying to help you, and you keep all the enablers close to your chest. That's wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. That's why you're on the hamster wheel, never going to get off.
Comments turned off on my Instagram, on my TikTok. The only comments I actually read is for the community tab during this video. And then I allow myself to read my private messages on my Instagram, because that is where all the support is. Because I'm trying to block off the hate, but I'm trying to go tunnel vision into the positive so I can stay in that little Delulu area. All right, you guys, now we're going to go on to tea or tail.
Delulu. She said it herself.
So this is simply where I am taking some rumors that I hear floating around, and I'm going to tell you if that's tea or tail. So the first one is Destiny's mom hated Amberlynn. So the reason why I feel like this is like being talked about a lot lately is because the whole live stream between Beck and Destiny that they did. And I'm just going to let you know now that I loved and adored Destiny's mom. When me and Destiny were actually in a relationship together and we lived with Destiny's mom, things did get rocky. Yes, it did. I want to cast light
I want to call her the homie hopper. I don't know, like all the stories that have been told about her younger years, like basically homie hopping from house to house to house, because she was basically homeless. She was sleeping, in younger girls' homes with the parents. So yeah, homie hopper.
Love that we had for each other. When me and Destiny broke up and I was with Beck, me and Destiny's mom would message each other a lot. And she saw that I was unhappy, and she saw
Get
how
out of
badly I
here.
needed someone without me even
So
having.
now you're gonna say that you were unhappy in the relationship with Beck the entire time. Okay, whatever. What a biatch.
Tell her. She would call me her adoptive daughter, and then that transpired to literally I was just her daughter. I have text messages of her begging me to come live with her and saying things like, come home, come to me, I want to be there for you. And these are messages that like I'm gonna hold on to forever because I loved her dearly. Yes, we had rocky times when me
I find it kind of weird that she holds on to old phones and keeps all the text messages like that, because I don't think she does it, just to have the memory of somebody that has passed or something like that. I think she keeps those for malicious reasons. She's evil that way.
Destiny were living with her, but after that and after me and Destiny broke up, me and her mom got extremely close. So it's hard for me to like see all these negative things being said because that's not the truth.
I don't know.
That's not the correct
I tend to believe Destiny because that was her mother, so she would know, right? I mean, I'm not going to believe you.
narrative. Like I remember after she passed away, Destiny actually sent me a video of her mom filming, and in the video, it was like a private video that no one ever saw. And in the private video,
why are
like,
you
her mom is
talking?
saying how much she loves me, and it's just like it means the world to me because she was there for me when I felt like I had nobody. Just give me a second. Okay, on to the next one. It takes years to diagnose someone with BPD. So that's not true. It could take a couple weeks to a couple months. For me, it took 8 months where I had a weekly appointment with my psychologist. And the last one is Amberlynn loves to
When was this? When she was with Wipey and she was going to get the weight loss surgery and was allegedly doing all the therapy and all that. Is this what she's talking about? Because I don't even know if she did all that. I think that was all a lie. She probably didn't even do it. I don't think she was ever diagnosed with anything. Maybe WebMD or maybe TikTok diagnosed her, but not an actual doctor. No way.
about being the side chick. Literally, no. Just imagine knowing someone for almost a year and
You're
being
a
in a
side chick.
relationship with them for more than half of that and finding out that everything is a lie. You would be pissed too. The whole thing is
No, you're a side chick. You're a homewrecker. You're a hoe. So just, accept the crown, wear it proudly.
messy, and I hate every single last fraction of it, and I wish it would all just disappear. All right, so next is bad choices. It's where I pick 5 of these doodads in here. So let's pick 5 random ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have you ever taken a call or texted during sex? The answer is yes, I have. I have taken a call. If your partner wanted to have sex with you with a full hot makeup on, would you be down? Absolutely not.
Why not? Why not? That would seem kind of fun. Uh-oh. Lady objected. Lady objects. Oh, I have to pause. Lady, did you object to that answer? Lady's upset with that answer. She wants to know why. Lady. Lady. Sorry about that. Back to you, Amberlynn.
Cup of tea at all. Have you ever had sex with someone you met on Tinder? Tinder, no. Online, yes.
What's the difference, actually? Come on. Come on. Probably on Plenty of Fish, I bet you.
I've never even had a Tinder before. Have you ever used a vegetable as a sex toy? Oh my god.
Please. Yes, she has. I guarantee it. Come on. Yes, you have.
Absolutely not. Would you sleep with a really sexy person even though they had horrific BO? Sure. Because like, can't you just...
I mean, probably because it would drown out yours in hopes, maybe. I don't know. Drown out your odor? Mask it? I don't know. That's not me. That's you.
Wash up your armpits and then put on some deodorant beforehand? Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this.
Okay. So that was it from Amberlynn Reed, her question session. I don't know. I say she's a homewrecker. She knew they were married. So I don't know how she's trying to paint the narrative of that. But yeah, whatever, Amberlynn. Ho. Anyways, that's it for me, guys. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.